Okay, welcome to this live stream. And yeah, in this live stream, we're going to explore the personalize feature. Now, this personalize feature, I've not used much because my use case typically is more commercially inclined. And that means that I have to come up with realistic images. And the aesthetic, as a result of ranking these 2,000 images, they're not necessarily on the realistic side all the time. You know, you get a whole variety of different creatives. And the reason I bring this up is because you have to rank 200 of these particular creatives to get access to this feature to begin with. I've ranked, you can see, 221 so far, so I've got access to it. And I've begun to use it in a way that is indicative of studio portraits. So in a very basic way, so I've gone with a prompt of a beautiful medium glamour studio shot of a Russian woman with chiaroscuro lighting. Now, chiaroscuro lighting is a really unique form of lighting, and I didn't cover this in previous live streams or in previous videos, but that basically is when you have a combination of dark and light within one image. Previously, my images had been one-dimensional, meaning that I'd had like side lighting, or I'd had backlighting, or like rim lighting, but here you get a combination of both dark and light in the image. So that's a great example there. So the subjects are lit up, but then around them is like dark, so there's a mixture there. So I had decided to go with that prompt, and it also come back with so many different variations, and one of them was this personalized code here that I use. So the way you basically get access to that is you go like, let's say, just do a really simple prompt here. So a man standing in the wilderness about to hunt for deer, right? Really basic. And let's go aspect ratio 16:9, 5 variations, and --p is what you do to initiate it. So when you do that, it will give you like a code usually. And then that code you'll be able to see when you go /list personalized codes. So you go to that and it will show you, I've just generated a new code. So ZPP, so that's my new code. And what's great about this feature, although it's not necessarily good enough commercially speaking, and by that, what I mean by that is essentially, I was thinking of like that this personalized code would be good for businesses to use for themselves. Let's say they've got a specific brand identity with its own unique color palettes and own unique like typography and everything in one as a brand kit. I was thinking that you could ascribe a personalized code to that specific unique set of aesthetics and then use that across a variety of different use cases. Let's say you're like doing a website design, or you're like designing a new product or software or something like that. I thought it would be used for that, but that's not necessarily the case. It's more of a hobbyist type of image. But anyway, so it's come back and it's come up with that as the personalized code, of course, that I've used. I've gone with Stylize 500. So Stylize is really important when you're using this feature. The more you go up in Stylize, the more it's going to take on the characteristics of that specific aesthetic style, right? So the more it's actually going to go on the side of personalization. The less on the side of stylization that you have as a value. So if you go to like 50 or 100, which is the default, then it's going to be very less. So it's still, it's better suited if you want to just do raw mode only and you don't really want to use stylized, then you just go low value. If you want to go stylized, but you still want to keep it a little bit realistic, then I like to go somewhere about 500 or so. So that's why I've gone with 500. And yeah, this is what's come back. So these are quite impressive, I have to say. I really like the, combination of colors there. But I don't know. I'm trying to struggle to, because I use Midjourney mostly from a commercial standpoint. So I'm trying to see, okay, you've got these great images, then what? Like, I guess this could be like useful for a landing page of a website. You get like those parallax scrolling that goes on where you have like the trees going up and you have the person going up. And so like if I go parallax, let's say parallax, parallax effect. So I'm trying to think like what would the use case be? Yeah, so something like that where certain elements of the image actually like converge or like change as you scroll down. So let's see. Because I know some of you guys are like web designers on my list, so I want to know how you're using Midjourney. Like, do you use it in this manner, or like where do you use Midjourney images? For me, like for instance, I use it in like marketing, for performance marketing. So recently in my channel, I've been like showcasing the like app installs that I've generated for a client as a result of using like lifestyle oriented images. But yeah, it'd be interesting to know where you guys use this specifically. So yeah, that's one example there of just like, that looks super epic. Like, it could be like a Last of Us type of like poster or something. That's good. So let's try another one now. Imagine, or you don't need to do imagine. Just so used to using the web version. Anyways, a man and a polar bear face off in an epic battle in the middle of the Arctic Circle. Super random, right? 1619 R5, and then we're just going to use that personalized code. But although I think, at least in the web version, that if you have it turned on, it should be fine. So if I have it turned on and I'm using my most recent personalized code, then I should be fine. But yeah, we're going to see anyway. So I'm just going to copy that just to make sure. And let's see. Where you guys tuning in from? America? I'll take it. Most of you guys are from America, so that's cool. Okay, this looks really epic, I have to say. Yeah, that looks like it could be like a film poster, you know? I mean, what would the title of this be? I'm trying to think. Man versus bear? I don't know if that sounds epic enough. Polar man? I don't know. Just like really terrible names. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for, you know, what this could be if it was a movie poster, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think these are really, really impressive results. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, let's do like a few more now. So, let's do a group photo, because I usually find group photos are not that effective in Midjourney or Flux or any other tool really for that matter. But yeah, let's see. So, a group of friends dining in the middle of a fancy restaurant in central London. Let's do 69 R5 and then the same code. Let's see what happens. And then I'm going to try my other codes as well, and we're going to see the distinct difference. After this, I'm going to go up to stylize 1000, so it's 100% the aesthetic of my personalized code. And then we're going to compare across 3 of my personalized codes here. And then let me zoom in so you guys can actually see the personalized codes, right? So these are 3 of my personalized codes that I've created. And then, yeah, depending upon the best one, of course, I'll be using that going forward, at least on a casual basis. But feel free to use my code. It's fine. You have my permission. No problem. But yeah, that's that. Bear Witness. That's a good shout. That's a good shout, me. Bear Witness. Man versus bear. It's much better than man versus bear. That's for sure. Bear Witness. I like that actually, because that's like double-edged, ain't it? Bear witness to the fact of man versus bear. Yeah, I like that. Sick. Any others? You can just feel free to chime in if you want. But I think I like these group photos. They look good. Usually the faces are really morphed when you zoom in. Like his eyes are just super messed up, right? It's just not, it's not good. It's not going to quite do it, especially for a commercial use case. I like the ambience though, I have to say. You know, in a previous video, I compared Midjourney version 6.1 to Flux 1 Pro, their like highest model, their best model. And what was really discernible was the ambience that Midjourney produced relative to Flux. So yeah, it's also the case here as well. Midjourney's ambience is really, really good. It captures it so well. But unfortunately, the faces, especially in a group setting, they don't do it justice. They're not the best. I mean, there is a slight way around it, which is just to do very subtle and very strong. You could even do it in painting as well and just like, you know, select the woman's face. I usually do that in the Discord. And that sometimes fixes it, but not always. But that's that. When the Arctic strikes back, that is really epic. Yeah, I like that. When the Arctic strikes back. And bear witness, yeah. I don't know, I might have to go with Mooty's one, you know, guys. I think Mooty's one's really good, bear witness. Mine is terrible. Mine was just like man versus bear. I mean, that's terrible. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, if you've watched like Alan Partridge. He's a really like famous comedian in the UK. And oftentimes I try and joke, like when I do a joke and it's so dry and terrible humor, I always revert to his accent. So I'm like man versus bear, or like bear witness, and it's just like, yeah, it just really adds a tinge of humor there. So yeah, that's good. I like that. Feel free to add in any other suggestions that you may have, guys. But yeah, this is a second prompt that we've tried, a group photo, and it doesn't seem good. But now we're going to change the settings, so we're going to go all the way up on stylization to 1000 this time. And these are the codes that I used before. So let's see this one again, another example. Then we're going to try it across the other two, and then we're going to call it quits. I think that's going to be it. So let's see. Okay, so let's do okay, let's try and do like a two shot. So a cinematic still of a two shot featuring a man and a woman. A cinematic medium shot of a, okay, I don't need to put a still. A cinematic medium shot. Cinematic two shot. This requires so much bloody tinkering. A cinematic two shot. I'll just keep it simple. Featuring a man and a woman stood in a vast metropolis. The year is 2050, and the world is desolate. Yeah. Cinematic two-shot featuring, so this is like a sci-fi type of theme. A cinematic two-shot featuring a man and a woman stood in a vast metropolis. The year is 2050 and the world is desolate around them. Okay, let's do 16:9 again, and R5, and then of course the personalized code. And this time I've got 1000, so I should 100% pretty much take on the characteristics of that particular personalized code. And let's see what comes back with it. Okay, that's pretty epic. It's good. Seems really barren. Seems like, yeah, you can pick up on the emotion well. Yeah. It's good. So you could even get really creative with this and like use, I guess, --sref, which is this stylize feature, and go to a site like Film Grab. I've covered this before in a previous live stream, but it's really good for getting some inspiration of your favorite films. So you just like put in the image and start using the like stylize feature, I guess. So that's one if you wanted to do like black and white, but if you go by like cinematographers, you can go even that granularly, or even films, and then like any favorite film that you have, you can basically just select and you'll get loads of different stills from that particular film. Let's try and go for one. Let's say nothing random, okay, but like some of these stills, maybe like this beach one here, like you like this still, and then you just copy it, put it into there, and do the thing basically. But yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm just getting sidetracked. We're just sticking to personalize. So I've done that in the previous stream. If you want to see, I literally just dedicated that completely to stylize. So that's that. Now let's try and actually see this same prompt, but with my different code. Okay, so my codes are here. So now we're just going to try this code, second one here, and see what comes back. So the way you use it is you just like hover over it and just left click, and then yeah, just do the same thing. And this is the second code, I believe. Yeah, this one here. I mean, we could have even used the seed number, so we couldn't try and get that image exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. I just want to keep this quick. We can use the seed number in a future video. Ooh, that's interesting. A dividing line. Could be two separate realities there. Like one perfect reality and then one like broken reality. And it could like basically show, I guess, their perspectives on the world, or like how they feel in their relationship. It could be a very meta way of, I guess, showcasing that, their emotions. But yeah, in terms of the actual style, it's not changed as much. It's still very much the same. Maybe I've not ranked enough images after the fact of me creating the codes, because that is actually a determining factor that changes the style of your personalization. So when you go here and you go rank images, you go tasks, rank images, and you just get to basically rank images, right? And based on that, a new style develops. So I don't know if a new style develops after every 200 images. Do let me know in the comments, but I just did like over 200 images. I picked a style, then I wasn't really happy with it, so I ranked a few more images, and now I'm up to 228 or so images ranked. But yeah, it's not really made a huge difference, but that's because I think I need to, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I had not used this feature that much, but I think I need to actually like rank, let's say, 200 more images before I see a drastic change to the aesthetics. But that's my, I guess, conclusion as to why it's not changed that much between the first code and the second code. Yeah, because that's something I need to do. So that is that. Let's try maybe this same prompt actually, and just lastly with the last personalized code, which was this one. Because it didn't have that much of a difference as I was hoping it would have. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's basically it. Don't think so, but wondering the same. I've been ranking at least 200 a day most days for the top 2,000. Wow. I've got 4 different codes so far with a week in between each, at least. Yeah, because I'm not noticing any like stark differences, so it's a shame. Okay, maybe with this third one actually it's a bit more golden hues, so that's good. But the second and the first one, they were very similar. You know, so this one was that code here. If I zoom in, this one was like the ZPP code, and then that was like 30D, starting with 30D, and they're very similar. You know, they've got that very kind of muted look to them, muted like grey subdued vibe to them. So yeah, but then when we go up, then it starts introducing some golden hues in the mix, especially with the sun there, and yeah, it just becomes much better to some extent, but not radically different. So yeah, I was hoping for a huge difference, but that's not the case. As it is now, no, don't use it much. We've been experimenting a bit with each other's codes. I prefer the SREF codes, much stronger effect. Yeah, I also found that to be the case as well. Explode 1989, yeah, definitely. SREF was really good when you used it in combination with, you know, the film grab site that I just showed you guys. You can really like merge different Hollywood styles, especially if you use that in combination with blend, then you can have something really truly unique. But yeah, that's something there. I think that is really it with the personalization, because I'm trying to think commercially, like where on earth would I use this? I mean, it's a good kind of hobbyist thing, but commercially I'm like thinking, if I'm advertising on Google or Meta, would I really use this for clients? Probably not. Probably not, but I think Stylize I would definitely use. Stylize I would use. Yeah. So this was the film grab site. Quickly, so you can try reference many styles that you want to use with the SREF. I'll link that video, by the way, down below in the description after the fact, just so you can go on it again. And I'll practice myself, and then maybe we'll do like a part 2 of that, where we try and use SREF combined with blend, and we try and create something unique. But yeah, that's good. There. Right, so I think that's it for today. I don't want to go too long on this stream. I did that last time, and you guys didn't seem to be into it. But let me know, do you like these shorter streams, or would you prefer more longer streams? And would you prefer challenges as well? Because I was thinking to introduce challenges into the mix. So you guys tell me a challenge to do aesthetically, and I'll try and do it. Or we have some kind of community like poll system where we decide on a challenge together every month, and I try and do it. But the thing is, I want to really try to incorporate like a commercial use case into it, because of course, like I don't know why you guys are using Midjourney, what's specifically the use case for it, but for me personally, I'm doing like performance marketing with it, so it's advertising on Midjourney, advertising on Meta and Google, and I'm trying to make obviously a return on investment from it. So I don't know how you guys are using it, but that's that challenge idea. Yeah, seems fun. Thank you, Muti. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Yeah, I was thinking of this earlier, to do maybe like a complete like website mock-up, for instance, for a client, because I'm working with a client right now, an e-commerce client, and they're in the supplement space and they're targeting females. And I was thinking, okay, if we can like work together, so collaboratively, like me as well as you guys as the viewer, on trying to construct the perfect landing page for that, I think that would be cool. A cool idea, because I don't see it that much in this space. There's so many, you know, creators, and they have excellent tutorials for Midjourney, but I don't see that much of a emphasis placed on the commercial side, commercial utility of Midjourney. So that'd be good. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. All right, that's it. I think unless you guys have any questions, I'm free for a few minutes, right? I'll literally stick around for like 2 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, maybe you've been using the frame framework and you're struggling with that, or the focal framework, you can feel free to ask me right now. Be around for 2 more minutes, but then after that I'll leave, of course. So yeah. Okay, it seems as though there's no questions, so rather than awkwardly waiting in silence for 2 minutes, I think I'm gonna call it quits. So thank you to those Muti and Explode 1989. Unfortunately, I don't know your names. You know mine, of course, is Vay. But until next time, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, peace. Thank you, thanks a lot. It means a lot. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, until next time, peace.